There was one of the language groups down in the center there in Western Australia that they had received a book of scripture in their own language, and it had the Lord had just taken this and it just had transformed the beliefs of those people. All of a sudden, they'd had Christian missionaries with them for years, but this was something totally new to them. And there was the Spirit had just changed that group.
What's the name of that group?
It was at Warlpiri.
Yeah.
Warlpiri.
Yeah.
And I flew down some of our translators to be there to see this, because it was so unique in the experience there. And I remember we were there over Easter weekend, and these people had a Good Friday service, and they went outside the little community into the desert where they normally lived. And they had put on by dance the crucifixion story. And just by dancing and clapping of the boomerangs and the sticks, and everybody came. Everybody from the community came and sat around and did that and watched that. It was very meaningful. And the next day, on Saturday, all of the translators that were there and the mission workers, they all met to try to understand what was happening here and why it happened and so forth. Sunday morning, they had a sunrise service. And again, we went outside, sat in the dirt outside, just normal Aboriginal style. And as the sun came up, the leader of the group, he told the Easter story. And the translator, he was interpreting, just all in language, and he was telling me what he was talking about. He basically telling the basic Easter story. And then we had communion. And the communion was damper, which is a unleavened bread. They just put it in the campfire coals and bake it in the coals. And so we were all in a big circle out there and passed this around as the bread. And then for the cup, they just had what they call a billy can, which is a gallon can that you get beans or rice or something in. And they just had tea, billy tea they call it. They just throw tea in and boil it in this can. And it had been there from last night. And they passed that around for the cup. It's amazing.
Yeah. Thank you.